Hey, Life Groups, it's Pastor Chris here. Brenda and I, this last weekend, talked about relationships, and we're really open and honest about some, I think, pivotal things that have impacted our marriage and our lives. I don't know what service you were in. They were different questions, but I wanted to play back to you a part of the discussion we had in the very first service because we believe it's groundbreaking and pivotal, and it needs to be foundational, not just for our city church and our marriages, but specifically even just for you guys and who we are and how we learn how to deal with conflict and how we repair and care for each other when we're in distress. This was big learning for us. We've been going to a great counselor and doing a lot of research and learning a lot about the way the brain is wired and how God made us. And it really comes for us out of a scripture that's Romans 12:2, and it talks about God wanting us to renew our minds. And we want to teach you the practical ways that you can renew your mind. Literally, you can change your own mind if you will apply the things that we talked about. And so I want to remind you, if you were there, and if you weren't there, I want you to hear it for a few moments. Would you take a couple minutes and listen in on this part of the discussion between Brenda and I and that first service? Because I believe if you'll put these things into practice and you'll discuss them tonight, they will change every single relationship that matters to you. Love you guys so much. Enjoy your life group, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Yeah, one of the biggest things our counselors told us is how important eye contact is. And sometimes when we're trying to have a fight or trying to get our feelings or our needs met, we're doing it while we're driving. We'll do it while we're like folding clothes or like cleaning or something. And it's like, it's just so important for you to be able to have that like straight on eye contact. And so I just stopped and went over to him. It was like, I knew in the moment, like the first time I apologized, that wasn't my best. I could do better. And just really trying to focus on, I think, remembering his story, knowing his story, and knowing, like, I'm a part of healing his story.
Yeah.
And I can either choose in this moment to bring more healing or to cause more damage. And so that's something we've really been working on. And I just remember, putting on another layer and just being like, that wasn't your best. Like, you got to go in there again. And also, I think I told myself, like, it's okay to have a redo. And I think not putting so much like pressure on myself to like have missed it and like just do better next time, like the next time we're in a fight. And so in that moment, I chose like, I'm not going to wait till the next fight to like make it better. And so
or dump on yourself and say, here we go again.
Yeah,
I can't do anything. I don't know how to engage or connect with my wife or my husband. Like, we always fight.
Yeah.
You can't do that narrative.
That can be so dangerous.
Both of those are killers in the fight. You would just bottom out if you go, I'll do it next time. That's pride. Don't do it next time. Your pride wants to do it next time, but Jesus wants you to do it this time.
Yeah, that's
do
good.
it now. Do it now, because
so
next
good.
time is never going to come.
That's so good.
Next time you'll have another next time, and your pride will be like, no, next time. And then the time after that really will be, you'll be better at the time after that time, and then you'll really do it. Lies.
Yeah.
All lies.
So
and
good.
the other lie is, honestly, those two lies are big. Next time's a lie, and I'm the worst. I can never get this right. Those are secret weapons of the enemy to get you to stay in the bad pattern of not knowing how to go back in and give repair to the heart of the person that you're in relationship with. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think I just told myself, like, I love him. Like, this matters. Let's do it now. And I just went over, and I think you were, like, getting ready or whatever. And I just, like, got in front of him. I stopped him, and I was just like, babe, I am so sorry. I don't mean to do that to you. I know that sucked for you. Like, I don't want you to feel that way, and I'm really sorry.
But I don't want you to miss this, guys, because we don't do this well, right? Like, we don't like eye contact. And some of the women listening and watching, you don't either. But I find that women do a better job when they're out together. Like, they do, like, hey, oh my gosh, no way, right? Like, they do this. But guys are kind of like hammering away. Hey, Carl, how's it going today? How's the old ball and chain, right? And so we almost have developed this like cool way of being a man that like means like, I'm a man if I barely talk about my feelings and just work real hard. You're actually a really hurting and empty and sad man. You don't have what you need. You know why? God made you for human connection. And the way the brain works is this, that if your eyes do not meet, you cannot heal the part of the brain that is injured. You may not know that. Neuroscience now is telling us that you need to, in order to heal the
that's
fight correctly,
really, really good, guys.
you have to look at each other's eyeballs. Like literally, you have to look in the eyes. Then your brain, the part of your brain that got hurt when you were a little girl or a little boy, the brain can heal itself. God made the brain to heal. Yes, some of us have injured brains. I do, Brenda does, we all do actually. All of us have injured brains because of things that impacted us that now and they get primitive when we get threatened or hurt or feel afraid or feel disrespected. And that's the part that comes out fighting. And the only way for that to diminish isn't to try to like pray it away. Yes, you need to pray. Everything's spiritual, do it all. But I'm telling you, the wisdom of God is to learn what the thing says is true. And this is what's true. If you do not reduce the threatening behaviors that keep that thing going, you will never fix it. It will stay. 20 years of you trying your best will not work until you turn to each other. She came up to me and she goes, hey, soft voice. So immediately the threat or the worry of being disrespected is coming down. Like when I hear her voice go, hey, and she's coming near to me. And so I look up and I see a soft face and I hear a soft voice, and she's shoulder to shoulder with me. Listen, don't fight in the car. Why? Because you can't see each other's eyes, and then your brain receives a lack of eye contact as a threat. You're not engaged. You don't care. Fine. You know what? Whatever. Whatever!
Yeah, and these are things that are not happening, like, you're not consciously thinking
Never
it, but
conscious.
it's all, like, subconscious,
Absolutely.
like, super fast rate
So you have
processing.
to find a way where you can, if you're going to try to really work through the discussion, don't do it driving. Never text your emotions. Stop texting your emotions. Texting is for information, not a conversation.
Yeah.
And not repairing a relationship's brokenness. Do not share how you feel in a text. Stop. It's incessant. It's crazy. It does nothing. It's never fixed anything. You only get in a worse fight. And then when you come home, you're just like two grenades that the pin has been pulled by the text message. And you're like, let's blow up together. Don't do it. Send, hey, I love you. The only emotion you should send in a text is positive, caring, loving, secure, making emotion. That's what you give in a text. Everything else, you need to wait till you're in person and you're in a non-threatening place where you're looking at each other, you're sat down, and even if you're on the couch and on the, another part of the chair or whatever, this right here is so much safer to our brains and to our hearts than just sitting there, yeah, okay, yeah, you're gonna say it like that? And we get all like into it, we're all worked up, and then the parts of our brains that are broken get activated and triggered, and dude, you're just never going to heal. You're gonna stay in Heartbreak Hotel the rest of your life, and it isn't because God don't want you, it isn't because your spouse isn't capable, it's because you just haven't learned the things that actually repeat the cycle and how to get out of them. So that, for me, when she came and she was shoulder to shoulder, eye to eye, and she literally like took her hands and put them on my shoulders, was like, hey, I love you and I am sorry and I don't want to do that. And I promise you that I will never do that again for the rest of today.
I think I did say that.
She did, and it was funny. Listen to me. Use humor when you can, because if you could laugh about it, you could get through it. Did you hear that? If you could laugh together, you could get through it together. And so it was just funny, and I'm just like, I love you, come here. And listen, that's important. Now I want to talk to those of you that when you get hurt, you don't receive the repair very well. Because you stay like, no, you hurt me, you're not safe. Even though they're doing their best attempt to try to repair the hurt that was caused in the argument, you're just still like, nope. Now you're... No. Now listen, I do want to say, if you're in a physically abusive or verbally abusive, and I mean abusive, get out, get help, get a counselor, like you need to get out of that and go stay with family and figure out what's next, okay, and get counsel. So we are not talking about abuse. We're talking about the normal challenges that two people commit to each other, that love each other, but like hurt each other constantly because we're two different people fighting for our own individual positions and learning how to not do that. This is a different conversation. So if you're in something like that, you're listening, do not listen to what we're saying and be like, oh yeah, I need to take that into advice and do it, and stay in a physically abusive or a extremely verbally abusive like relationship. And verbal stuff can be abusive, yes, in moments, but it doesn't mean it's like constant like that. So get help, talk to somebody, get a counselor, and really walk through some of that stuff. That's not what we're talking about. I just want to make sure that's clear, because I never want to license or sanction abuse, and then give you advice that you're listening to through the filter of like you enabling the abuse to continue. So I think that when she did that, it was crucial for me, and I want to talk to you. When someone comes and they're doing their best to repair what happened, you have to receive it. You have to catch it. They're trying to give their best and give it to you. You can't just like be prideful and be like, no. You can, if you're still not ready to receive it and it really hurt you, you can admit that. You can admit that. You could say, I didn't today. Today I loved it. It was great. We hugged and I was like, thank you so much. Like, I love you so much. And like, you know, we laughed over her joke and it was good and we moved on. And it was like, we had a great morning and came and it's great. There are times in a real fight where like she doesn't feel that way or I don't feel that way. And when that happens, the way you put that boundary up without sounding harsh is, babe, I receive your apology. I accept your apology and I do forgive you. I am still emotionally like a little wound up and hurt from what happened, and I just need time to calm that all down, but that's got nothing to do with whether I receive or know that you're sorry, and I want you to know that. I hear you, I see it, I'm just still upset and just need some time. Do you hear how that gives yourself permission to like get your emotions processed? Then you go move your plate from one side to the other and check something in your car and go run an errand or go walk around the block or go feed the dog or go do whatever you got to do. But go get yourself 10 to 15 minutes, not an hour, 2, 3, 4 hours. Try to go do it and then come back if you can within like 10 to 15 minutes and just be like, hey, face to face, eye to eye, I love you. Thank you so much. It meant the world. Let's do our best to make the best of today. Let's go have a good day. And that's when it's really, really challenging. Is this helping anyone at all? Are you guys getting some of this stuff? Okay.